Hi children, how are you all? I hope all you are fine. Children, in the previous video we discussed about that, previously we learned the concept that is integers, right? In this video we are going to discuss about the next concept that is fractions, rational numbers and decimals. Children, actually after that integers we have to learn about that rational numbers, okay? That's why here rational numbers included in this concept. See that why here rational numbers included in this concept means all the fractions. Fractions means already we have an idea, right? What is that, ma'am? Fraction we can write as the form of a by b form. Okay, and in the same way a by b we can written as a p by q form, p by q form, a by b form, those all are fractions. That form only we will consider it as rational numbers. Rational numbers also we can write the number, which numbers we can write, we can represent in the form of p by q, those numbers we will call them as rational numbers. We will discuss about that one later. Now here see that kind of numbers, p by q form numbers, we will call them as rational numbers, and p by q form numbers, those numbers we will call them as the fractions also. Okay, that's why here in this fractions concepts we included that rational numbers also. Okay, before going to discuss about that fractions and rational numbers, here first concept 1, which is related to types of numbers they given. Okay, once again see here types of numbers means first complex numbers. Already we discussed in that integers concept, Noma, this one complex numbers classified into two types. How many types? Two types. What are those? Real numbers, imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers. Now here real numbers again divided into two parts. What are those, ma? Rational numbers, combination of rational numbers and irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. Okay. Again here rational numbers we are having negative fractions, positive fractions, and here we are having integers. Already we learnt about that integers, no ma? Okay. After that in integers what we have here? See that negative integers, 0, positive integers. Okay. 0 and positive integers we will conclude this one as whole numbers, are known as whole numbers. Only positive integers are called natural numbers. Already we know about this table, right? What is this, ma? Total numbers we will call them as complex numbers. Complex numbers classified into two types. One is real numbers, another one is imaginary numbers. Now here real numbers again classified into two types, rational numbers, and the combination of rational numbers and irrational numbers are known as real numbers. Okay, again in that rational numbers we are having here negative fractions, positive fractions, okay, and in the same way we are having integers. Already we learnt about that integers, right? That's why here in rational numbers again two parts are there. What are those, ma? Fractions and negative fractions. So the combination of fractions and negative fractions and in the same way integers, those are known as here rational numbers. That's why in this concept rational numbers are included. Understood, ma? Now here see that negative fractions, positive and integers. Integers means already we learned that what is that? The set of whole numbers, and in the same way natural numbers are known as integers. Okay, briefly we discussed also here. Now here see that the first type of number is natural numbers. What about the natural numbers, ma? Here natural numbers. Concept 1, which is related to natural numbers. Natural numbers means what? What is the definition of natural numbers? counting numbers, the numbers which we are using for that counting, those numbers are known as counting numbers, right? Counting numbers are also known as natural numbers. Counting numbers are also known as natural numbers. Okay. Now here natural numbers set, the set of natural numbers denoted by the letter, the set of natural numbers denoted by the letter capital N. What is that, ma? Capital N. Okay. Now here, since N is equals to set of natural numbers starting from 1, 1, 2, 3 and so on. What is the smallest natural number? 1. What is the greatest natural number? Undefined, we can't say that. Here natural numbers are positive or negative? Natural numbers are always positive. Understood, ma? Yes. And here predecessor and successor are also there. Predecessor and successor means what? If you add 1 to that given number, then you will get that next number. If you add 1 to that any number, then you will get that next number. That next number is the successor of that given number. Okay. So simply after number is known as, after number of the given number is called successor, and before number means predecessor. If you subtract 1 from that given number, then you will get that before number. Okay. That before number is known as the predecessor of the given number. Okay. See here, successor means plus 1. If you add 1 to that any number, then you will get that next number. 56. 56 plus 1 is equal to 57. 57 is the successor of 56. Now here predecessor. Predecessor means minus 1, which means 56. Its predecessor is 56 minus 1 is equal to 55. 55 is the predecessor of 56 and 57 is the successor of 56. Understood, ma? And in the same way here, in that note they given as in your material, the successor of x. The successor of x is, x means any number, any natural number, any whole number, any integer. Okay, ma? X belongs to any integer. Already we discussed, no? X belongs to any integer. Now here the successor of x is x plus 1. X, you can take that any number here. Now the predecessor of x is x minus 1. 56. For example, x is equal to 56. Then here 56, its successor is 56 plus 1. 56, its predecessor is 56 minus 1 is that predecessor. Understood, ma? So this is the general form. The successor of n is n plus 1. The successor of n x is x plus 1. The successor of a is a plus 1. Like that any value we can take that. Okay. And in the same way, the predecessor of x is x plus 1. The predecessor of n is, the predecessor of x is x minus 1. The predecessor of n is n minus 1. The predecessor of a is a minus 1. Okay. Understood? Yes. So this is about that natural numbers. After that natural numbers, we are having whole numbers. What are those, ma? Whole numbers. Whole numbers. Whole numbers means the set of natural numbers including 0. The set of natural numbers including 0. The set of natural numbers including 0 are called whole numbers. are called whole numbers. Clear? Now here say that the set of whole numbers denoted by the letter W. Why? Because the starting letter of the word whole, that is equals to W is equals to set of here 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Clear ma? Now here see that what is the smallest whole number? 0. What is the greatest whole number? We can't say that. Okay. And in the same way, here successor and predecessor topic we discussed no. Now here see that in natural numbers, which number is not having predecessor? Which number ma? That is 1. Why? Because 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, but 0 is not there in that natural numbers. Okay. See that. In natural numbers, one is not having predecessor. Having predecessor because 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. 0 does not belongs to natural numbers or n, does not belongs to n. 0 not belongs to or does not belongs to natural numbers. That's why in that natural numbers, which number is not having predecessor? 1. Okay. And in the same way, in whole numbers, which number is not having predecessor? In whole numbers, which number is not having predecessor ma? Yes, 0 is not having predecessor. 0 is not having predecessor. Why? Because the reason? Because the reason is because 0 minus 1 is equal to minus 1 you will get. 0 means nothing. From that nothing you are subtracting minus 1. Again you will get it as minus 1. But minus 1 does not belongs to whole numbers. Minus 1 is an integer. That is not a whole number. No. That's why here in that whole numbers, which number is not having predecessor means 0. In that natural numbers, which number is not having that predecessor means 1. Okay. In natural numbers, 1 is not having predecessor. In whole numbers, 0 is not having predecessor. Okay ma. That's it. After that whole numbers, we are having that integers. Integers already deeply we discussed in that previous concept. Now here see that just a definition I will tell you. Next one, integers. What is the definition of integers? The set of whole numbers and positive integers. Sorry, the set of whole numbers and negative integers. And in the same way we can say that the set of positive integers and negative numbers including 0 are called integers. Okay, two definitions also we can say here. Say that the set of whole numbers, the set of whole numbers and negative numbers are called integers. Okay ma. And in the same way, integers represented by the letter I or Z. Why? Because integers word came from the German word that is zählen. What is that? Zählen, which means to count. Zählen. Okay, which means to count. That's why here the set of integers represented by the letter Z or I. Which is equals to here set of and so on. First negative numbers no, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Is it clear to you? Now here say that set of integers is equal to negative numbers, positive numbers and 0. Here 0 is neither positive nor negative. What is the smallest positive integer here? 1. What is the greatest positive integer? We can't say. Which number is neither positive nor negative? 0. And in the same way, what is the greatest negative integer here? Greatest negative integer is -1. What is the smallest negative integer? We can't say. Okay, here 5 questions there ma. On this, only on this set we are having that 5 questions. Okay, what are those? What is the smallest natural number? Greatest natural number. Which number is neither positive nor negative? Okay, and in the same way, which integer is that smallest negative integer, and which integer is that greatest negative integer? Okay, and in the same way, positive integers, negative integers, non-positive integers, non-negative integers, these all are the types of integers we discussed in that integers concept. Okay ma. After this one, we are having here even numbers, odd numbers. After that integers, they given that in your material, even numbers, odd numbers, prime numbers, composite numbers, co-prime numbers. After that, real numbers. Okay, now here see, next one we are having even numbers. Even numbers. Even numbers means numbers which are exactly divisible by 2. Numbers which are exactly divisible by 2. Those numbers are known as even numbers. Okay, and in the same way, numbers which are exactly divisible by 2. Exactly divisible means without leaving a remainder. Exactly divisible by 2. Then we will call those numbers are even numbers. And in the same way, numbers ending with the digits 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, the numbers, largest number or smallest number, whatever it may be, the numbers which are ending with the digits 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, any one of the digit, then we will consider those numbers are even numbers. Okay ma. Now here, what is the general form of even number? General form of an even number. General form of even number means how we can write, see here, 0, 2, 4, 6. Okay, these all are even numbers, we know that, right? Here we can write this one as 2 into 0. Shall we write like this ma? This one we can write it as 2 into 1, 2 into 2, 2 into 3, next 8, 2 into 4. Shall we write like this? Okay, as per this one here we written that 2 into 1, 2, 2 into 2, 4, 2, 3, 6, 2, 4, 8. Which one is in common ma here? 2 is in common in all the cases. 2 is in common, right? Which numbers are changing here? Here we are having that the product 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on like that. Here 0 also included, no? So here n belongs to whole numbers also, we can take that. See, then here general form of an even number is 2n. General form of an even number is 2n. Okay, and here n belongs to whole numbers. N belongs to whole numbers, we can say, and in the same way n belongs to natural numbers, n belongs to integers also. Understood? Here n belongs to integers. Which integers here? For example, n is equal to -1. 2 into -1, -2. 2 into -2, -4. 2 into -3, -6. Okay, understood ma? So that's why here the general form of even number is 2n. Okay, next we are having that odd numbers. What is that concept? Odd numbers. Okay ma? Odd numbers means, what is the definition here? Numbers which are not exactly divisible by 2. Numbers which are not exactly divisible by 2. Numbers which are not exactly divisible by 2. those numbers are known as odd numbers. Okay, and in the same way, numbers ending with the digits 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, if the given number is ending with any one of the digit 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, then we will consider those numbers are odd numbers. Okay, ma? And in the same way, what is that? General form of an odd number. Odd number. General form of an odd number. What is the general form here? See that. Again I am writing here 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. What numbers I written there? Those digits only I written here. Okay. We can write this one as 2 into 1 minus 1. Shall we write like this? 2 ones 2 minus 1. Okay. And in the same way, 2 twos 4 minus 1. Shall we write like this? Yes. 2 3 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1, 5. 2 fours 8 minus 1, 7. 8 minus 1, 7. 2 5s 10 minus 1. 10 minus 1, 9. Understood, ma? In this case, what we can observe here? 2 is in common, minus 1 is in common. 2 is in common, and in the same way, minus 1 is in common. At this case, here we can write it as 2n minus 1. What is the general form here? 2n minus 1. And in the same way here, see that, for example, this one only we can write it as 2 into 0. 2 into 0, how much more you will get? 0. Plus 1 also we can write it, no? Okay. 2n plus 1. For example, n belongs to whole numbers. Then what will happen? 2 into 0 plus 1 is equals to 1. Shall we write like this? Yes. 2 into 1 plus 1. 2 ones 2 plus 1, 3. 2 into 2 plus 1. 2 twos 4 plus 1, 5. 2 into 3 plus 1. 2 3 6 plus 1, 7. 2 into 4 plus 1. 2 4 8 plus 1, 9. In this manner also we can write, no? Okay. In this case we can say that 2n plus 1, where n belongs to whole numbers. Here n belongs to natural numbers. Here we can use that natural numbers and whole numbers also. That's why here we can take that integers also, no? That's why n belongs to integers also we can take. That's okay. That's why here n belongs to natural numbers, n belongs to whole numbers, n belongs to integers. Okay. Now here what is that general form? Here two forms we can write. 2n minus 1, 2n plus 1. Two general forms there for that odd numbers. Okay, ma? Children, in this video we learned concept 1, that is up to odd numbers we discussed, right? Types of numbers we learned, and in the same way natural numbers, whole numbers, integers we discussed. Along with that we discussed even numbers and odd numbers. And in the next video we will continue with that prime numbers, composite numbers, and in the same way co-primes, and after that we will discuss about that real numbers. After that concept 1 will be completed. Okay, thank you all.